What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? And today I just want to say a lot of people don't really focus on what's going on around them. Some people don't really look at the world around them because they're too distracted. Like a lot of time, if somebody sees somebody's getting into a fight, or if they see a situation getting out of hand, some people's first thought isn't, let me go over there and help this person. Sometimes they just record and make sure that they get money, or that they get views, or that they get attention. I feel like the only time footage is important is when it's a story that can be taken out of context, or somebody could try to change it to fit their narrative. Footage is always a good source of proof. But if there's times when there is violence, when there's things happening physically, footage can be helpful. But I prefer that people actually help. If somebody's seen somebody fighting somebody on the street, I would rather people call the cops or break it up than put out a phone, record it, and then post it and go viral with it. A lot of the times in this society, what people do, they exploit people, provoke people, and pretty much fail on de-escalating a problem. A lot of people, when they see a problem, the first thing they think about is, how can I benefit from this? Not how can I solve it, but how can I benefit from this? If they see somebody else struggling with something, whether that's anger issues, whether that's any type of issue, some people's first idea is, let me get my phone and record this and see how I could personally benefit off of this. Like, have you noticed a lot of things online, whether it's a person being angry or sad or upset or hurt, the few things people do is they talk from behind a camera, filming them and not doing anything effective or helpful at all. They post it online, then the person becomes a meme, the person gets embarrassed, everybody has a say on it now. The situation just becomes worse. Once it hits the internet, everybody starts talking about it, and then everybody worsens the situation. They do not make it better. Have you noticed how many people exploit their own parents for views? Whether it's a parent or grandparent that has anger issues or any type of issues, there's people that are willing to film them and provoke them to get angry. They stress them out just to get some views, some laughs, some attention, some money off of them. And people encourage it.
Turn that stupid shit down. What are you listening to? Oh, well, welcome to the camera. Huh? Oh, well, we got you a Christmas present.
Yeah, we felt bad about Christmas, and we scrounged up a few dollars to be able to buy it.
Yeah, I guess getting it in now, get it better than you never getting it all up.
Yeah. That little episode you had, flipping out on us, flipping out on
I don't even want to discuss that. Forget it.
No, don't want to.
Well,
that'll work.
not exactly over.
That's funny.
We posted it on the internet.
You did what?
Posted it on Break.com. This is a real popular website.
So I get what? Few hundred people see it?
Actually, it was close to 600,000 people.
What? Are you all fucking crazy? Damn.
Hey, you gotta cut that shit.
No, shut up. You got Y'all, man, y'all make me look like that. Y'all make me look like an apple every time. Y'all make me look like white trash, and I'm tired of it, man. The neighbors even around here. Just get in your room. Man, you. Won't you get your fucking...
Did I'm doing this.
You look foolish.
So
Look stupid, you look foolish, you just ridiculous.
y'all just gonna
I just don't know what to say about you. I just don't know what to say.
y'all just gonna make me just
I just don't know what to say. You just funny looking. You a funny looking individual.
y'all just gonna
Your
make
mustache stupid, your beard stupid, that haircut stupid, that shirt stupid, that t-shirt stupid.
Your whole body stupid.
Your socks stupid, your pants stupid, that phone you got is stupid, everything you got is stupid.
yeah.
Dad, spell fat.
F-A-T.
Spell her.
H-E-R.
Okay, what is it together?
Fat her. What?
Are you sure?
Yeah, fat her. What's so funny? I'm saying it right.
Okay, are you sure?
I don't get it.
Yes, fat her.
I get it.
Everybody, you guys making fun of me? What's what?
Together. Fat
her.
and her.
Spell it.
F-A-T-H-E-R.
What does that spell?
Fed her. What am I stupid or what?
Yes, you are.
You are.
You guys. I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. I'm serious. Stop! I'm getting really upset. Father.
How do you spell father?
F-A-T-H-E-R. Oh. All right.
They literally thrive off of their parents' stress, off of their grandparents' stress, off the unhappiness of their parents. They thrive off of it. And sometimes all they do is give their parents a percentage of the money they earned off of their exploitation. And the parents or the grandparents go along with it as long as they're getting money. They don't mind losing their dignity. They don't mind getting embarrassed as long as they get a paycheck at the end of the day. Sometimes people are willing to sell their dignity for money. They're willing to sell themselves for money. So it's almost like all over the internet, there's people being exploited for humor, for money, for attention, for views. And nobody is talking about it because they just enjoy the entertainment. They enjoy watching because that's what entertainment is to them. It's exploiting others, is filming others instead of actually doing something. If I see, let's say, a child getting attacked by a dog, which one would be more effective? Me going to help that child by trying to get the dog away from it, or me pulling out my phone telling the dog, don't do that, don't bite the child, dog, stop it. This has become a problem. The phone has literally become a problem. It's became so much of a problem in every situation where things escalate and get out of hand. Instead of doing something effective, whether that's calling the cops, whether that's getting some distance from somebody who's crazy, whether that's doing anything, the first thing they said is, I'm gonna film this and post this online. And in their head, I guess they're doing something good because they're like, oh, I'm trying to warn people of the dangers that happen in real life. Or I'm trying to spread awareness about this type of thing. Okay, everybody knows murder happens. Everybody knows kidnapping happens. Everybody knows violence happens. Everybody knows harassment happens. Filming it doesn't do anything. If I'm being completely honest with you, people are already aware of these things. What does something is actually doing something about it. Showing how you respond to these circumstances will help people more than actually just filming yourself getting harassed or filming somebody else getting harassed. Your response to it, how you react to it, how you handle the situation will actually be more of a message than anything. Besides saying, you're on camera, you know I'm filming you, right? A lot of people need to do this right here. This is what I think. A lot of people need to do this. That's what a lot of people need to do. They need to put their phones down. A lot of people's head is always in the phone and they just glance at society. They don't really look deep into anything. It's almost like that's exactly how you miss things. That's exactly how people don't realize the obvious. Why? Because they glance. They just glance at the world and look right back in their phone. You know the saying, you can miss it in the blink of an eye? There's a lot of eyes that are missing it because all they're doing is glancing over, looking back. By the time they glance, whatever happened, happened. It's like, have you ever had to double take and like look twice because you were just like, wait, I didn't see that on the first glance? That's a lot of people. Sometimes you don't even have to look at this world for a long time to know why it is the way it is. You could just see it. Everything is on social media now. Everything is on social media. Everybody lives in social media. It's their home. And yes, technically, I'm posting this to social media, but my purpose for this is to bring awareness. If you're going to do something on social media, make sure you're doing it with a purpose that's effective. Whether that is actually bringing awareness of something or trying to make changes in our society that is positive. One or the other. You should be actively trying to do something to improve our society, and not only that, improve the individuals a part of it. That's just one thing I wanted to say at the beginning of this video, is that people need to pay more attention to what's around them and what's going on around them, and not only that, what's going on inside of them. Because inside of you is just as important as outside of you, if not more. Because the inside of you determines how you are going to be on the outside. Another thing I wanted to talk about, for those who are my believers out there who believe in God, you have to question yourself. What does it take to truly commit to God? Because you want a relationship with God, but in every relationship, you have to be committed. And with commitment comes sacrifice. In a relationship comes sacrifice. So, you're probably wondering, what do I need to sacrifice to be closer to God? Well, that's the thing. Jesus made a sacrifice for all of us. So obviously, sacrifice comes from a selfless place. Doing something selfless. The less of you, the more of God. Think about it like that. What some people need to sacrifice to get closer to God is feelings. Now, I'm not saying you need to be stoic and not feel anything or not acknowledge your emotions. Yes, acknowledge your emotions. You need to make God the highlight of everything you do. You need to think, how would God want me to approach this? Not how I feel I should approach this. Because not all the times we feel something that is right. If we put our feelings in front of God, then we're not really making God our primary focus. We need to make God our primary focus. So we need to put Him first and our feelings second. Another thing you need to sacrifice is your desires. Now, God can place desires in your heart, which is why you may feel a passion for helping people, or you might feel a passion for having like a godly relationship that is God-honoring, or being a God-honoring person. You need to desire God. Like, I believe God's purpose for me is to help others and bring others to Him and bring others to truth. Because that's what He speaks about in His Word. That's what I believe my purpose is, because it aligns with Him. But if you have a desire that doesn't quite align with God, whether that's, I want to be an actor, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to do this, I want to do that, there's no like correlation with God in it at all. You may have to do some self-reflection and figure out what you think will be a God-honoring desire. Something that will correlate, something that will bring people to Him. Try to include God in your desires. Another thing I gotta say is, be sure that people in your life you are not worshiping over God. Let's put it like that. If you know anybody, if you're very close to somebody, and if you love somebody, be sure that you don't love them more than God. That's one thing I gotta say. Anything, not just people, but anything in general. Be sure that you're not giving it more attention or giving it more praise than you would God. Be sure that nothing else or no influence on this earth, whether it's a person, place, or thing, make sure you're not giving anything more attention or more praise than you would God Himself. We should all strive to follow the example of Jesus. We should all do that. So that's a few things that I wanted to say today. People don't live life anymore. They're so focused on the media, they forget what life is all about. Look at all these cars and everything's around me. All this is life out here. I can guarantee you 90% of these people in cars are lost right now. All these people do is live life like a program. They go to work, go home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go home, go to sleep, and just work on a routine. They don't really experience life. They just get caught up in a cycle and completely live by that cycle. But I believe there's more to life than just working, coming home, and going to sleep. There's more. You have to learn about yourself. You have to realize your abilities. You got to realize that you're more than what this world may be offering you. There's a lot of people on this planet that are nothing but followers of the world. In each one of our lives, we all know we have a person that just follows social media in general. Whether it's a popular influencer, whether it's like YouTube boxing, all they do is follow and keep up with the lives of others instead of improving their own. This is what I'm all about. I'm all about improving my life and seeking to improve the life of others in a way that is true and authentic, in a way that they discover who they truly are and be more than just a follower, but be a leader for themselves and a leader for other people. And the only way to do that is to accept the reality around me and to pretty much be real with myself. But there's people who make money off of criticizing other people, and not in a righteous way, but just calling them ugly. Like people like Kevin Samuels and all different types of people. There's people who live to criticize others, to call them ugly, to say they don't reach my standards and get paid money for that. What about this? Instead of exploiting people for views or provoking people to get angry for views or doing anything violent or passive aggressive or just aggressive in general, what about you do something wholesome? What about you show people what love looks like, and not in a deceiving, manipulative sort of way, like filming a kind act that you do for somebody just for the personal benefit of yourself? What about you just be an example in general as a person? Do not be fooled by somebody giving a homeless person money. Yes, that is a generous action, but did it really need to be filmed? When you buy your dad a car, when you buy your mom a house, when you give a homeless person money, when you give somebody money, does all of this have to be documented? Does all this have to be filmed? Does all this have to be on the internet for everybody to see so they can comment on it? No, because if it was really done out of your heart, the only people that need to know is you and the person you gave it to. If that other person that you gave it to decides to tell people, go ahead. But your main focus shouldn't be, is the camera recording? Your focus should be this. Whether the cameras are rolling or not, I'm gonna show this person that I appreciate them and that I care about them and their happiness. That's what you would do. If you're giving to receive, it's almost like you're trading. You're not really giving anything. Think about it like this. If Jesus sacrificed for all of us, what can we give Jesus that is equal to his sacrifice? What can we give him? Is there anything a human could give God that is equal to what he can give us? No. So you have to give out of love. He did it out of love. He didn't give to us saying, okay, you have to give me something of the same value back, because we wouldn't be able to. So when you give something, make sure you just give out of the fact that you love somebody. You want to see them healthy. You want to see them happy. We need to focus on something that is more purposeful. I love you all. God bless you all. Bye.
This makes me sad.